Alright, so I got the White Lion done. Now I'm going to do the Butcher because I want to make sure I know what all the parts are for the starting survivors. So I'm going to actually do the parts for the Butcher now. He's going to be pretty quick. I just want to make sure to see which parts are which and get him put together. So it looks like he is F, I believe. Yeah, F. So this is F2 is his cloak. His fur cloak with all his lanterns on it. Looks like he's killed a lot of people. Again, just be careful where you clip to make sure that, you know, you're clipping out the right parts. Like here, his arms. Looks like I'm supposed to go like that, but I'm going to risk it. There we go. So I'll just set all the parts down here again. There's my painted White Lion. I'm not sure what you mean, Trojan Donkey. Alright, now I've got F7 and F8 for his cleavers, his bone cleavers. I will do a paint guide on him too. The bone is actually really cool. So I'm going to see if I can do a little research and get a really nice bone color for those without doing too much work. But I want it to look really nice, and then maybe some blood effects. I might actually paint the blood effects in instead of using a... Or I figured I'd do a paste that makes them look all sticky. I'm not sure. So F13 and F14 here. Looks like for the armor panels, or maybe it's the side of his head. We'll find out. Trying to look now, just double check. These are all... Nope, there's an F right here. A foot. And the other foot right here. Well, it looks all DCA. Cool. Good, I can send that to my painter over in Poland and see he can work on stuff. So, this one's going to be weird because you have to find all the little bits you chopped off without chopping off anything else, which is a little tricky. And then mold lines are going to be weird. Fortunately, the mold lines should be on the very edge. So just the sides here. And that's it. So just try to find those and hit them. They should be pretty identifiable, but it looks like just the one. So the back is done. Gonna make sure this is gone so his head can fit. There we go. On the right, on this side here, it looks like there's stuff all the way over for mold lines. Now, I don't know if those other panels are just supposed to go here, so I may not have needed to clean up those mold lines at all, but just in case. I mean, worst case, it'll make the parts that have to glue on a little easier to glue on, so. It's kind of funny after you've put together plastic kits for so long, even something new like Kingdom Death is not so hard, because you kind of figure out how to do stuff. Kind of overall from all the work you've done. So thank you everybody for hanging out with me. I really enjoy putting these kits together, and it's a little boring just doing it by yourself. So again, thank you. And please keep asking me questions so I can answer you. There was so much that happened at Gen Con. I'll try to talk about it as it comes to mind. There will be, I did do an interview with Poots, so there will be an interview up on YouTube sometime next week. And I also have to do the drawing from last month, which I keep forgetting, because I'm an idiot, for Patreon. So I got to do the drawing for that. And then I'll announce the drawing for this month for Patreon. I need to really start, I'm going to start doing, taking the time as well to do a video once a week for Patreon. But I need to actually get good enough to start doing that. kind of sad, but I'm not quite there, so I'll see if I can find some tutorials and stuff and start getting better. And then I can figure out, you know, ways to do it a little differently, and then figure it out from there. And post something. So we'll see. Butcher's really weird, actually. It just looks like a Forsaker that went crazy. That's what the face looks like. Yeah, that's totally what he is a Forsaker. Looks like there's a piece to a foot here that I've got to grab. For both feet. So I missed something. It may be on the other sprue though, so we'll see. The one with the Screaming Antelope. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. These don't have any indicators at all. Yeah, they should. Haven't they really helped support them? Then again, it's kind of sad though that Beasts of War don't do the full thing. They do like hour videos that are really edited. So I guess that's a good thing and a bad thing. They're not on there. So it must be back here. There it is. F11, F10, F9. There we go. They're all right here in the corner. All these right here. Yeah. Hopefully, though. I know they're probably going to be able to get them before anybody else, but I don't know. Like, they were really late to the party. So I don't know if they're just going to have to get them like everybody else or not. Alright. Not too many mold lines on these pieces, but you cut it off and it's the very bottom of the foot, so you want it to be able to be glued on easy. So I just scraped out the bottom. Same thing with the jaw here. Where are the horns, whatever this is. Yeah, it's like a jaw. A lot of little pieces here. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I talked to Poots about doing more art. Apparently they do it out of a place in locally in New York. Not sure if I want to glue this on or not. Oh, I'm missing part of a cloak too. Yep, there it is. Right here. Right here. This is F4. It's funny how you find the things you're missing later. Yeah, if they can, because they had a lot of really nice art prints in the booth, and hopefully they can do that again with the prints. This one I'm probably gonna use plastic glue on. Oh, that's why that one shoulder was bare. It didn't need it. Because there was a cloak covering it. Yeah, that actually fits really snug. That's good. There. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to glue this on now or later. Probably going to glue it on later. Because it looks like it'll be a little tricky to do otherwise. Yeah, it looks like that piece goes there. And then there's another piece that's going to have to go somewhere else. Well, I guess you can work on his legs for now. There's a mold line on the front of this leg. Not so bad on the armor panel, but it is something you need to clean up on the leg itself. Yeah, no, he was, it's been going nonstop for them. They got there on Monday for the con after traveling from New York. And then, of course, they've got all the stuff to set up. And then they're there from pretty much 8 till 6 every day. Or 8 till 7, because they got to make sure everything's closed up at the con. Security was pretty good, so they didn't have to worry about stuff getting stolen at the booths. The whatever security company they hired for the con was, they knew their stuff. They weren't letting anybody sneak in without the proper badge. Like, there was a lot. Okay. This leg, too, right on the back, there's a big mold line. There. There, cool. Probably should have attached these to the feet first, but whatever. Yeah, these guys knew their stuff. They were on point. Alright, to make sure next year, though, for Gen Con, I get a VIG badge. That way I don't have to worry about that line going into the con. It was fine, but I'd rather have had an hour to talk to Poots and chill, you know? And just to avoid that incredible rush. Because there wasn't any con exclusive or anything that I needed, aside from the King of Death stuff. And everything else, they had enough stock that you can just go to the booth you need later. But that initial rush to the King of Death booth was insane. Insane to the point where it's worth however much... it's worth however much they charge for the VIG. And then I can have, you know, 4 other people, you know, do that with me. Then it's not nearly as bad. Ah, okay. So I'm just realizing what's what and where's where in this thing. Okay. So that's there. It looks like I am using plastic glue for this whole thing. I was thinking I wasn't going to do that, but I am. I totally am. Okay, there's this little piece. You can see the head. Put the jaw on. And now I've got this little piece that I gotta fit. Looks like it fits, but it's like not quite on there. There we go. It just fits really snug. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how the VIP pass works. Because I know you could get in an hour before the con starts. That's the part I would want. But I don't know if there was a skip the line thing for guests. Because that would have been worth it as well. There were some writers there that I really wanted to see. I got to see Patrick Rothfuss, but I didn't get to see Brandon Sanderson. His line was long, and I didn't want to have to buy books there, and buying $100 in Patrick Rothfuss hardcovers was bad enough. Then again, I didn't have them, so it's like, it wasn't the worst thing. Like, I was willing to pay it. Especially to get them signed. It was nice. They weren't signed first editions or anything, but... And that's the thing, too, with Brandon Sanderson's books, is I can find his online, like his signature special editions or whatever, that are signed, so I didn't care. Like, when I get around to it, I'll find his really nice printed ones that they do, you know, one printing of, and just go for it. Not sure if I'm more interested in the Butcher or the Manhunter. I think the Manhunter is more interesting. Butcher just looks like almost like a hunter. But the Manhunter is literally a murderer. He just hunts people. I think that's far more interesting and intimidating. Yeah, this is definitely a Forsaker. That went crazy. Yeah, Neil Gaiman would be really awesome to meet. The other two, I'm just not into their stuff, so I can't. I don't feel the same just because I'm not into their stuff, but I can't blame you. I know who they are, I just don't really read their books. But yeah, a lot of these authors come to these cons, so I was surprised. I probably would have gone just for Patrick Rothfuss, and it was worth it. There we go. One Butcher. I left his back thing on, because... Or I could just break him by dropping him. I left the back off because... it'll be easier to paint. For me, anyway. It's not necessarily that way for everyone. But it glues on really easy, and it'd be easy to paint. So then I can get the back of his legs and stuff. Stuff that you can actually technically see, but that... Although, I guess, you know, I could just put them together. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll just glue it on. So you can leave it off if you want, but I'm going to glue mine on. I looked at it and it looks like the angles aren't sharp enough to really bother with. There we go. There we go. One Butcher done. It's pretty cool. Cooler than I thought it would be, actually. Which is nice. Alright, cool. Now, the Lion and the Butcher are done. Now the Screaming Antelope is next.